Welcome back to Hope's Homemade Kitchen. If you're still looking for ways to use up that leftover holiday ham, we've got you covered today. We're going to make some comforting split pea and ham soup. It's a wonderful soup that's high in protein and fiber and vitamins. Let's get started and I'll show you the ingredients. The ingredients for our split pea and ham soup are 1 pound of dry split peas. I'm using the green ones. You could use green or yellow. Olive oil, carrots, chicken stock, onion, salt and pepper, oregano, bay leaves, parsley flakes, and a ham bone that was left over from the holiday ham. Now I'm doing some substitutions here. I don't have any celery, so I'm just going to leave those out, and the recipe did call for celery. And it also called for thyme. I'm substituting oregano for thyme. Okay, I'm going to get started with chopping the vegetables. I'm going to chop 1 medium onion. Just dice it up. The recipe also calls for 2 or 3 ribs of celery, so you would add those if you have those. I did not have those today, so we're just going to do without them. Now I'm going to chop up some carrots. Just dice it up however big you like them. And the equivalent of about 3 carrots. Okay, that's about 2 or 3 carrots. Okay, we're going to get some olive oil heating up in a large Dutch oven, and we'll throw these in and sauté them for a bit. Okay, we're going to set the heat to medium-high. I've put 2 tablespoons of olive oil in there. I'm going to add my carrots and onions and let those begin to sauté. One thing I did forget in my original lineup is garlic, and we'll be adding, once these are soft, we'll be adding garlic as well. While the onions and carrots are cooking, I'm going to give these peas a quick wash. Just put them in a fine mesh strainer. Okay, so these are getting soft now. I'm going to be adding my garlic. So you'll want to do 2 cloves of garlic. I usually add like a tablespoon of garlic. And just stir that around in there until you start to smell the fragrance of the garlic. Okay, that's nice and fragrant. Now you want to add the peas. Some pretty green and orange colors. I'm just going to add just a little bit of salt, and we'll adjust it at the end if needed. But since we're adding the ham bone in there, which still has a lot of salt in it, we probably won't need much salt. So I'm grinding some black pepper that amounts to about 1/2 teaspoon. And then in the place of thyme, I'm using a little bit of oregano, which will be about 1/2 teaspoon. And I'll put all of the ingredients in the description box below. I'm going to add a bay leaf, 4 cups of chicken stock, and then 3 cups of water. So this has 4 cups. I'm going to fill this about 3/4 full of water. I'm going to add a little parsley, dried parsley. You can also wait till the end and put fresh parsley in. And then I'm going to add the ham bone. This is what's really going to impart a lot of the good ham, salty flavor. It's got a lot of meat on it, so we will cook it like that and then take it out when it's done cooking and get all the meat off that bone. Okay, now it's going at a pretty good boil now. I'm going to turn it down to low. Should be a simmer. We'll put the lid on and let it cook for an hour. Okay, now the split pea soup has been going for a little over an hour. So I turn the heat off. I'm removing the ham bone. And we'll pick the meat off of that. I'm also going to remove the bay leaf. So that's what the peas look like at this point. So you can see how they've broken apart and they've really thickened up. I think I'm going to let that continue to cook a little bit on medium while we prepare the meat from the bone. Okay, you'll just want to kind of go through and pull out that gristle, any fat that you don't want. That's a bone right there, so we'll leave that. Now the bone imparted a lot of flavor too, so anytime you cook with a meat bone, it's going to give a lot of flavor to your broth. There's some really good meat there. So this will be all throughout the soup. It'll be delicious. And look how it just falls off the bone, so it's really easy. It's really easy to pick out. We can definitely say this was a no-waste ham. That is picked clean. So you can see that process. It was just going through and picking out the meat that you want to put back into your soup. Go through it again, make sure there's no little bones in it. Okay, there goes all that meat that we got from the bone. Cut it up into bite-sized pieces. That will flavor our soup. We're going to dish some up and do a taste test. Okay, now the taste test for the split pea and ham soup. This is really easy to prepare. All of the steps that we went through, it took me an hour and a half for everything, including the cooking time. That's comfort food. Really good. Split peas are rich and creamy. The ham gives it a wonderful flavor with that bone that we cooked in it. It's with the carrots and the veggies. Even though we did some substitutions, it came out excellent. Keep in mind when it cools off, you can put it in the refrigerator and store it for a few days. And this will also freeze well. So if you have a big pot and you're not going to be able to eat it all by yourself, then certainly put it into individual containers and freeze it. And at this point, you can add any kind of seasonings too. You can do more salt or pepper. This has the ham in it, so I didn't think it needed any more salt. You could add some pepper, even some hot pepper to spice it up a little bit. I think you're really going to like this. It's delicious. Thank you so much for joining me again here on Hope's Homemade Kitchen. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so and come back for more recipes. We'd love to have you. We'll see you next time.